Hello, everybody. My name is Joe Poissant. On the microphone, Calvin Castine on the camera. We have an edition of Hometown Cable at the George Brendler Field into Chazy Central Rural School. We have, was this quarterfinal action, Calvin, they would call this quarterfinal action with the Chazy Eagles versus the Westport Eagles. Chazy is in the white and the Westport Eagles are in the blue, going from left to right. You know, it's, I'm looking at this field this evening, Calvin, at the George Brendler Field, and I do have to give kudos and a tip of the hat to the athletic director of Chazy, Brian Norcross, for rehabbing this field after the rain we've had the last few weeks. It looks good. I spoke to Austin Santor, the senior keeper for Chazy, and he said it was good down here in the front where Mark Wicca, the keeper for the Eagles, just made just tried to make a save. The shot went kind of wide, Chazy getting a quick one. But he said it's actually kind of dry, which was good. You know, it makes it nice because last week we were here and we watched Mr. Mark Wicca turn into Mudman. And they put a lot of work in. Mr. Volsch, the assistant coach for Chazy, helped Brian Norcross do that, and he was very grateful. And boy, they did a really nice job. He has a new machine or a new roller. It's got an aerator on it now, so it did help it. He said we've had dry weather since then, and the field is in wonderful condition. And the girls played here last night, playing Willsboro with their first round playoff, beating Willsboro 5-0. You know, mentioning the coach for Chazy, Coach McCullough, they're in a different spot this year, Calvin. The Eagles are not perched on top.
Number two.
They are number 2 this year in the division. You got to give Willsboro some credit. You know, the Chazy's had 6 goals scored against them all year, and Willsboro has scored 5 of them. But Chazy cannot get too far ahead of themselves. They have to win this one here first. And you know, the matchup coming in here definitely favors Chazy. Chazy playing at home and against a Westport team that has had a lot of tough luck this season. They have yet to win. You know, with Alex Sweet trying to break in on the defense, still with the ball. Alex on top of the box, goes wide. Going over to Nolan Rogers, the junior, number 8. Roger lets go with kind of a weak shot and goes easily to Mark Wicca. Mark Wicca is going to let his team set up. But the last game they played here was last week. It was senior night, and Chazy mixed it all up. Austin Santor, who was the keeper, they had him playing out the whole game. They had Botten playing in the net and Nathan Reynolds, and they pretty much had their way with Westport all evening long. And I believe it was 10 or 11-0. 10, Calvin says. They had their way with them all evening long. And that actually was with the reserves playing for 2/3 of that game. So it's, you know, you can't say Chazy was quote unquote running up the score or trying to embarrass anybody. They got to give these kids a chance, and the reserves played very well against the Westport team that has had a lot of success in the past, in the 70s, I know, and in the 80s. But just this year they've had a tough campaign with no wins, and coming in here they have to. Definitely, they're the underdogs here, and Chazy moving the ball very well. Still moving the ball well, but that's one of the things the Eagles have had against Willsboro. Their nemesis this year is scoring. But they poured it on the last 3 games. They've scored in, I think, double digits in 2, and they had 9 goals in one of the games. And one of the games they scored double digits on is going to be one of the Class C finalists, Northern Adirondack. So they're going to be playing, I think they're playing, Lake Placid, who pulled out a 2-1 victory over Seton yesterday. They're going to be playing in Sable this Thursday. So that's a new matchup with Lake Placid moving up to the Class C. And Hayden Gay letting go with a decent shot. You can see the penetration Chazy's getting when you have all your white boys, all the white players are right up. They're playing very well. They just haven't finished yet. We have 35-34 left in this first half. Started doing a little play-by-play here. Please some of the parents and the players. Nolan Rogers on the far side being challenged by 31 Schrauf. And he goes off. It's going to be a goal kick for Westport. But you did a game last night, Calvin, you said, with Northeastern Clinton boys versus the Sable Valley boys, and they handled them rather easily.
Yeah, this is the third time, fourth time I think they beat Sable, because the Patriots are in the Cougar tournament also.
Okay. And, good seeing Kyle McCarthy coming back from his injury. He was out for a couple of games, and they sorely missed him. He's a former Chazy player, transferred to Northeastern Clinton this year and having a phenomenal season for Coach Hawksby's Cougars, who are ranked number 2 in the Division I. Oh, a nice service by Barrier.
Well, sometimes losing a key player like that, then your guys step up, then you get that key player back. I think that puts the team at a higher level than if that player had been there right along.
Yes, I agree with that.
The first state championship for Chazy, I think, was an example of that.
Yeah, Corey Lewis. Oh my, nope. Right there.
Nope.
Corey Lewis got his leg broke. He got his leg broke in the.
Yeah, but he wasn't there at the end. But during the season,
Nolan Ryan. That's true.
Nolan Ryan.
He missed 10 games.
Missed a pile of games, and everybody stepped up, and then he came back, and all of a sudden you had this strong team plus Nolan Ryan.
Yes. That was a different year. You're correct.
That was the first year they won it.
Yes. He was a sophomore that year. Well, I think he might have been a freshman.
Freshman, I believe.
He was a freshman, yes.
If not an eighth grader.
But no, it had to be the second time, because the first year they won it without Corey Lewis, who was the MVP of the league. He got his leg broke in the side. Yeah.
The first year they won it, because they were surprised that they won it, because they thought, Justin Seymour was still relatively young, and so on, that the team was coming, and that wouldn't be the year.
Oh, Pelton trying to bowl one through, and he was almost successful. Mark Wicca for Westport, he made a decent save on that. It was good. He was challenged very hard by Pelton. Lucky not to allow a rebound shot. A lot of rebound shots get scored. We have a number 5 Barrier for the Eagles, and I've warned these boys about a nice service by Barrier, and Mark Wicca making a tough save. That was kind of low, but I warned these young men about their haircuts, Calvin, and they disregarded me as usual. They're going to be some of them. They're sporting the Mohawk cut in honor of Frankie Garrow, who was a former Chazy player. Very well-liked young man, very well-liked by everybody, not just the students, parents, teachers, everybody liked him. And he tragically died in a car accident just a little under 2 years ago, and they are sporting that haircut in honor of him. But it does make it pretty hard to pick them out sometimes when they're far away.
You gotta get them to put their numbers on the side of their head.
Yeah, that'd be something we'd ask. But their numbers are easy to see, too. I got to notice that. Westport's, their numbers are easy to see, and so aren't Chazy. It makes it a heck of a lot easier for my old eyes to catch them across the field. And number 14 putting a good defensive play, Newberry on Rogers, clearing the ball out. Botten at the far side being challenged by 28 Magoon. And Botten with a quick throw and going back to Mr. Cool, Nathan Reynolds. Nathan Reynolds coming wide on the near side over to Hayden Gay. Hayden Gay has a lot of space and some speed. He's got a lot of space, and he still has the ball looking up ahead. Just a little too much weight on that pass. And that one rolls to Mark Wicca. We have 31-23 left in this first half and still no score, but a lot of Chazy pressure in quarterfinal action playoffs 2011. Class D. It said Chazy is not in their usual position, perched on top of the division, and they have some work cut out for them. They have a monkey on their back they're going to have to get off, and here comes Brandon Lauren. Brandon Lauren still busting in. Brandon Lauren, what is he going to do with that? Oh, he's going to get a corner kick, and the Westport faithful are happy just to get it by with a corner kick against them here. Brandon Lauren with some good work. Down close. And our officials this evening are Steve Stahl on the far side and the Venerable. Oh, right there's the first goal for the Eagles. Finally, they break through. And the Venerable Barry Norton here on the near side. And that one there we had scored with 30 minutes and 23 seconds left in the first half. You had to figure it's going to break sooner or later. We're going to find who got it. And that first goal was scored by Josh Barrier, an assist from his brother, Jordan Barrier, on the corner kick. So Josh Barrier, the freshman, and Jordan Barrier, the senior, brother action. Some brotherly love in that first goal in the playoffs for 2011 for the Eagles. And we're back to action with a Chazy goal kick. Westport coming back strong right after that Chazy goal. Chazy was putting a lot of pressure on. They have 6 shots already in this game in the first 10 minutes or so. Eagles looking good. The Chazy Eagles, I should say, looking good passing the ball. And number 14, Newberry, doing something decent. And a little Josh Barrier, a little back kick, clever little move. Lauren trying to get something going on the far side. He was fouled, and Chazy will get a set piece out here from distance on the far side. Everybody's moving up for the Eagles, leaving Hayden Gay back. And the last time these two teams did play, Calvin, like I said, it was senior night, and Coach McCullough for the Chazy, he mixed them up. And the boys played very well, and tonight you're going to see the starting lineup. I'm sure they're going to stay in there for a lot longer than they have due to the the games that I shouldn't get presumptuous, but the games that they hopefully will have coming up, more than likely against Elizabethtown. Elizabethtown is playing Wells this afternoon. I don't know if there's any score or any anything on that game yet. I don't know if Coach McCullough has anything on that, but Elizabethtown playing at home has to be favored. Oh, another nice play by Chazy. Lauren, we're busting in that defense. And we've got to give Westport credit. They played some good team defense, and Josh Berry bowling his way through, and he gets his second goal on a beautiful shot. And Josh Barrier just with some tough work, getting the second goal of this game with 28:03 left. And we will be back in a moment. All right, we're back to action here on Josh Barrier's second goal. I believe it was unassisted. So he's the freshman getting in on first 2 goals of this playoff season for Chazy. And he's been cracking out of his shell as of late. He had a hard time getting some goals earlier, and so he's in form now for this playoff run. The boys are healthy. Chazy, I don't think there's any. They're not really nicked up a lot. They have, like I said, they had some easier games in their final 3. So the starters did not see a lot of action in those last 3 games. The reserves played for half to 2/3 of every one of those games in Chazy victory. So the Chazy boys are well rested. They should be over their little nicks that a lot of teams do have at this juncture. It's quite a long season.
Seems like it started yesterday.
It does, doesn't it? Of course, we're not playing. And Brandon Lauren blasts one at short range. And Mark Wicca makes a good save. Pelton was there trying to get the rebound, but there was none. Mark Wicca lets his team set up. Hayden Gay heads it up to Jordan Barrier. Got the assist on the first goal to brother Josh. Jordan going wide with the ball over to Nolan Rogers. On the far side, Nolan Rogers with a nice service, it looked like. Oh my! I think he was trying to service that in, but it hit off the fingertips of Mark Wicca, went over the crossbar, and Chazy's going to be awarded a corner kick. We have some substitutions going in for the Eagles. Derek Drake and Hunter Dominy. And number 18 for Misarowski.
15, 18, 27, 21.
Beautiful. Gay going in for Westport. 18, Misarowski. 20 and 21, Stats and Banish.
No, 15.
15, excuse me.
21 and 27.
And 27, okay. Tyron. Whole bunch of subs going in here. And Barrier getting another service back in. Mark Wicca with another save. Chazy now has 9 shots on net with 2 goals scored by Josh Barrier. The second one was a beauty. And Jordan Barrier takes a shot from distance, and he's kind of not actually a bad move. He had the defense going back on their heels. Temperature this evening, Calvin?
42 when I arrived at the field.
42 and dropping. Luckily there was no wind.
44 when I left home.
Okay. There is no wind.
No
this evening.
mosquitoes.
No, that is a good thing. Hunter Dominey in top of the box. Loses control a little bit. Defended well by Westport. And 25, Davis trying to settle it down. And Barrier, I should say Jordan Barrier gets it back. There's a lot of room, being challenged by 11, Doyle, but he gets the pass away going wide. Over to Rogers. Rogers with another service to the top, and here's Brandon Lauren on top of the box. Tries to dish it off. Ooh, and Lauren takes a shot that goes over the safety nets, almost to Route 9 to the post office. There's going to be a whole lot of games here this week coming up. We have some Class B games going on tomorrow, Saturday, October 29th. Some girls Class B, Beatmantown and Peru. Who's the second game? PHS and Ausable Valley. And for Class B, girls being played here at the George Brendler Field. And then next week we have some semifinal action. Oh, that's a nice service by Gay. Mark Wicca did a good job to get his fingertips on that. And 15, Gay for Westport comes out with the ball, being challenged by Lauren. Lauren does a good job coming back defending and does a great job. He takes the ball. Lauren still with the ball. He has space. You have Drake over here on the far side calling for the ball, but he goes in the middle for Hunter Dominey. Hunter Dominey, oh my! Hunter Dominey with a golden opportunity for Chazy to go up 3-0. And just miss it. Good work by Lauren. And number 13 for Westport Hinge, and number 16. Okay. Morissette going in for Coach.
Maybe?
No, it's Morissette. It could be Marcotte. No, I did as Morissette. There are Marcottes, a bunch of them down in that area. Westport, Willsboro, and that vicinity. They've been Marcottes forever, like Chambly. Oh, Rogers trying to get another service in. And comes off his line, does Mark Wicca, and goes wide with the ball. On the far side. That would be Newberry in the far side, up trying to find 15 Gay, and it's off the back of his leg. And Rogers for Eagle come up with the ball, dishes it off to Jordan Barrier, who puts on some afterburners, gets deep and down inside the zone, comes on the near side over to Drake, who's wide open. Drake takes a touch wisely and goes back to Hayden Gay. Hayden Gay takes a quick turn pass over to Hunter Dominey, who shoots a blasting shot from the box. And that was another nice goal for Chazy to go up 3-0 with 22:34 left in the first half. We will be back in a moment. All right, back to action after Hunter Dominey making up for that first miss with a beautiful blast from a feed from Hayden Gay. Actually, started out in the middle of the field with Jordan Barrier doing some good work, dishing it off to Drake. Drake passing it back to Gay, and Gay getting the assist on Hunter Dominey's blast. It was he had a pretty good line on that shot, and that was a blistering shot. Kind of similar to what Clay Sherman delivered to the Chazy a few weeks ago. It was quite a bit deeper on a restart, but had the same kind of velocity. So there's some Chazy using some good passing and spreading the field well. And Hunter Dominey with the ball again, going wide, trying to find Josh Barry. He does. Barry being challenged by 21 for Westport. Banish. Banish did a good job containing him. Still with the ball, and Barry does a great job getting out of traffic, trying to get the ball in the middle, and Lauren trying a little back kick. Doesn't succeed, but Nolan Rogers does come up with the ball. Nolan Rogers with a clever move, beats a defense, takes a shot, and it goes over the crossbar. Chazy will set up on defense after this goal kick. Another one for Westport. Mark Wicca has been a busy man here with 21-12 left in the first half. Chazy 11 shots and 0 for Westport. Chazy with a 3-0 lead at this point. 2 goals by Josh Barrier and 1 goal by Hunter Dominey. Assist by Jordan Barrier and Hayden Gay. So the boys are getting in their rhythm again, Chazy is. Rather sparse crowd this evening, Calvin, for a playoff game. Yeah,
it's a cool night, and it's not a game that people are Figuring it's going to be hotly contested.
Yeah, they were right probably to stay home, maybe some of them. But it's, it's good to come out and see the kids anyway. A lot of these seniors, they deserve a little respect for Westport. I mean, it's going to be their last soccer game. And Lauren trying to deliver a service inside, and Mark Wicca's doing a pretty good job of those low balls. He doesn't allow a lot of rebounds. So he's got sticky fingers, and luckily for him, he does, because Chazy's been putting a ton of pressure. And
Dangerous.
yes, it will be.
Could have gone either way in the danger.
I think so, yeah. And Jordan Barrier setting up deep on the far side for a restart. And they let that ball land, and Drake giving chase, but it does go wide. But one thing I do have to mention that probably is a little out of the realm of high school soccer is that the only fault I really have with Coach McCullough is his choice of English Premier League teams. He does like Manchester United. And boy, did they get spanked last week, 5-1 by Manchester City. So Rabia, if you're listening to this, a little salt in the wound. But City was all over Man U last week, kind of similar to this game. But getting back to high school, we have some interesting matchups. This week, if Chazy wins, Elizabethtown wins, they will be playing here. I think it's Tuesday. Is it a Tuesday or Wednesday?
I believe it's Wednesday.
I think it is Wednesday. Now, Calvin, in all his wisdom last year, missed filming the game. And I don't think that's going to happen this year. We will have all kinds of coverage here because that last year's game was a classic. Drake doing some good work on that defense, still with the ball. And this here is similar to that, to the last goal, but only Hayden Gay is going to set up with a service. Oh, nice service by Hayden Gay. Oh, and Chazy, oh my. And Nolan Rogers should be credited with that. It might even be an own goal. We're going to find out how this transpires. A rather pedestrian 4-0 lead right now for Chazy. Back to action, and Nolan Rogers awarded the goal, and number 5, Jordan Barrier, getting a second assist of the game, making it 4-0 in Chazy's favor here in quarterfinal action in George Brendler Field. And it's kind of nature taking its course with these two teams, Calvin. After last week, it seems like it's, like Yogi Berra says, it's deja vu all over again. So the only difference is it's Coach McCullough has to keep his starters sharp because of the playoff games coming up with the Elizabethtown Lions. They got to be favored against Wells this evening. If they do have the misfortune of losing, Chazy will probably be playing Scroon Lake, who did take Division 3 without a loss, but they are ranked number 4. Or excuse me, they are ranked number 4 as far as seeding in the D division for these playoffs. Number 10 Pelton and number 14 Sweet going back in the field, and number 8 Rogers and number 2 Drake coming off for Chazy, giving him some good minutes. And Barrier kind of disgusted. You could hear him not happy with that, but right back at him. He delivers another one, and Reynolds trying to get ahead on it, and he did, but it was saved by Mark Wicca, kind of inadvertently, and Reynolds putting another beautiful service in, and Brandon Lauren with a low shot, and that does break the goal line, and Brandon Lauren gets on the board, and it looks like Nathan Reynolds should be awarded the assist, and that makes it 5-0 with 16:42 left in the first half. We'll be back in a moment. Chazy back at it. We're in action in Westport there. Back. Thanks, Calvin, for reminding us. There's another team out there, but Chazy back at their old ways here, just delivering some goals. They have 13 shots right now. It is unassisted. It's going to be Reynolds will not be awarded an assist on that, even though he delivered some good work. And nice move by Jordan Barrier out in the middle of the field, and he delivers another service inside, and Hunter Dominy does a nice little chest pass over to Lauren. Lauren puts a touch on, services it back in, and Mark Wicca makes a pretty good save on that one, trying not to let that one cross, and here comes Barrier right back at him again. Barrier with a shot, and that will go wide, and Westport's going to get another goal kick. Going back in the game for Westport, Newberry, Schrauf, and number 10, Spadafora for the Westport Eagles. Coach Davis exchanging his players liberally. Here Dominic trying to get a foot on it, goes to Barrier, and Lauren does a back pass, and Josh Barrier trying, he just missed getting his third goal, and that was not a bad choice of shots, actually, from distance. Northeastern Clinton girls got defeated by Ausable, correct?
Yeah.
And Northern Adirondack got defeated. So by Seton, that was 1-0. That was a hard-fought game too.
I was there.
You were there, so that will be on hometown cable. That was a hard-fought game. Well, Brandon Lauren with a clever move, having some fun this evening with a 5-0 lead so far.
Yeah, it was a wet night, and the ball kind of slipped underneath the Galavach. It was, it was a good shot, but
they did show the replay of that on WPTZ with Ken Drake must have been there.
Yeah,
so
Kenny was there.
They did show that shot, and that was you can't 1-0. You can't fault the goalkeeper if they give up one goal. Your team has to score more, and
right.
So that's how it works. But you got to give Northern Adirondack credit. They have a young team. They're a young team, and they have a couple of, I think it's Sharon Relation that coaches, and trying to think of the other coach from Chazy. Gee, I should have got his name right at the end of my tongue. He coached.
Jason Penner.
No, he coaches Seton.
Right, yeah, right.
But there's another coach that's helping. He coaches JV boys here, and I'm kind of embarrassed I can't remember his name.
Is this helping?
Yes, he's helping Sharon coach.
Oh,
He coaches JV boys here in Chazy for each season, and just a nice young man. I can't remember his name, so he's going to have to double his donation to hometown cable. But it's a couple of Chazy people up there helping out with their program, and they will get better eventually. They all starts with the youth. They don't just come out in ninth grade.
Sharon is a Northern Adirondack graduate.
She's a graduate now. How is she affiliated with Chazy? Somebody said she's from Chazy.
When I first bumped into her, it was here. She was the modified girls basketball coach in the 80s. And she also coached at Seton Catholic. And now she's coaching at Northern Adirondack.
Okay, good.
She's been around.
She has some experience. Come on in.
All right, thanks.
You from Plattsburgh State?
Yep.
Hey, my. They used to send some cute girls up here. You know?
No, not me.
Joey Trombley his stomach always got a lot smaller when he'd see those cute girls.
I had one coming with me.
Okay.
She backed out the last second.
And you're here to film?
Yeah, we do highlights for a show we have on PSTV.
Okay, what is your name?
Morgan Elliott.
Morgan Elliott. Where are you from?
I'm from Canton, New York.
Canton, so you're not very far away?
No, 2 hours from Plattsburgh.
Not bad.
Not too bad.
Far enough away from mom and dad.
Exactly, but you can go home on the weekends if you choose.
Bring your laundry and get a home-cooked meal.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
Have you been here to Chazy before?
Yeah, actually, I've played on this field before.
You played for Canton?
Yeah.
Okay. What teams did you play? PHS,
we've
Northeastern?
I think we've played
Regional action?
Plattsburgh and Chazy, actually.
Yes, okay. What year are you in?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior?
Yep.
Okay, good.
So I got another year and a half left.
Oh, Chazy with a blast, but that does go wide. Barrier. And Coach McCullough is going to empty his bench here with 11 minutes and 50. You're off?
Not yet.
All right. Wholesale changes.
You guys must have done the a couple years back the Plattsburgh Canton playoff game at I think it was at Plattsburgh. You know Coach Caulfield?
No.
Oh, okay. Must have been someone different.
That's because they play the regional games here in Chazy. They've been playing the regional games when Section VII plays 10.
Oh,
They've been playing them here in Chazy for the last several seasons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this was probably 4 years ago.
Okay.
4 or 5.
Oxy did it.
I shoot the rest of the game. I was supposed to be here a little bit earlier. But
Oh, so you're late. You're already starting out at a B, huh? Okay.
Trying to find a girl.
Well, the guy that was supposed to give me the tape didn't need the tape, so I had to find my own tape. That was the problem.
Okay. Hey, technical difficulties do arise.
Yeah.
Calvin has them all the time.
Yeah.
And we're
Called my help.
yes, no doubt. We're work in progress.
It always is.
And Coach McCullough just recently has put in wholesale changes with his players. And a couple of the newcomers coming in, we have Dylan Dorn, 21, and Alec LaPierre, who has been a film man for Hometown Cable for a couple of games. Number 25 is LaPierre, and 21, Dylan Dorn, just new call-ups from the junior varsity team, getting there some playoff action.
There's a number 11 down there too, if you haven't noticed.
I did not notice.
Yeah, for the Westport game.
Okay, he's been in before though.
Oh,
Doyle, yes, he has.
Oh, yeah, John Doyle?
Yes, he's been in.
Oh, I see.
Nice move by Gay. Called a nice square ball over to Drake on the near side. Drake with another square ball back to Chazy. Chazy, 19 with some room. Chazy going over to Dominy. Dominy being challenged by 14 Newbury. And Newbury won that battle, but Dominy will retain possession for the Eagles on the far side. Some speed. Dominy still with the ball, being challenged again. And Justin Brothers, 27 for the Eagles on the far side.
Basketball games at Plattsburgh.
Oh, no kidding.
Yep.
Cool.
Not the soccer game, so.
Basketball's probably easier. There's only 5.
Right.
Yeah, or I should say 10.
Yeah. Easier to know the player.
Yeah, it is. Chazy doing some good work here with the reserves. Poitras to Brothers to Poitras, and now the ball goes out of bounds off of Westport defense. Chazy does retain possession. And Alec Lapierre with his first throw-in as a varsity player, and we witnessed it on Hometown Cable. Alex, one of the favorites. You know, you coach kids over the years, you always have one of your favorites. Well, you do have to say Alec is one of the favorites. He's always been a pleasure to coach, even the youth level and junior varsity. Coach McCullough
And his uncle
brings him up.
barbecue.
There you go. His dad owns the farm. His mother's on the school board. Mary does. Mary does a ton.
Barbecue grill. That's important.
You know, it would be. I should ask Big Tom if he's going to give these boys like discounts. You know, if they show up in their uniform, not a white uniform, of course. Barbecue would be a tough one with a white uniform. Westport going on the attack. And Mr. Cool Reynolds still in the game. Westport trying to get something going.
I got a game going on Monday from 87. With Tom Lapierre playing. And
Oh yeah? That should be pretty good.
Against Dannemora.
Dannemora. And we have Josh Pete, number 3 for Chazy. And 31, Westport Schroff challenging him. Pete still with the ball, delivers it into the box. And Poitras trying to settle the ball down in the box, and he does. Trying to get something going. Trying to get a shot, and well defended by Westport. And Brothers getting it back in. Poitras getting a shot off, but deflected again. Poitras trying to get another shot off, but kicked out by the defense of the Westport Eagles to the far side. All right, we're back to action. Alex Sweet going into the sweeper position for Nathan Mr. Cool Reynolds. So Sweet's playing an unfamiliar position at the sweeper. And comes to the near side wide. Drake putting on a good first touch and still retains possession. Drake being challenged by, it looks like a land of giants out there. Drake plays way above his size, believe me. He's Dylan Dorn, 21, getting into the action, but Derek Drake is small in stature but big in heart, and he is one of Coach McCullough's first people to come off the bench now, coming in from the JV earlier in the season. Oh, and Brett Drew trying to service one in. And Westport says, I'll have none of that. Kick it back out, but Chazy is coming right back on the attack with Drake, number 2. Another one of my favorites. You gotta like these kids. And Drew with the ball. Top of the box trying to service one in. And I think they're trying to get Pelon a goal. Richard Pelon again. 28, cannot get his foot on it.
Pelon's still looking, right?
Yes, he is. He's still looking for his first varsity goal. They were trying to reward him for some hard work last game, and he was not successful. And you got to give the Chazy Eagles credit. There was a lot of times where they could have taken shots and more than likely scored in that game. And they were still trying to feed it to Richard. And Sweet looking up ahead. Trying to find Pelon again, being challenged by two defenders. Westport keeping some people back. Pelon trying to get his feet out from under him and trying to service the ball, and just goes into the hands easily of Mark Wicca for Westport. He's going to let his team set up. You notice Westport keeps two guys right in that box all the time. They are not even coming out.
It's kind of hard to be offside.
Oh, and Westport getting something going here. And Santor comes off his line, calls off Dylan Dorn and gets it out quickly to Drake. Drake has some space. Comes wide over to... Oh, a nice service by Josh Pete. Josh Pete had some space. Goes off the end line, and the other will be a corner kick for the Eagles. And Dylan Dorn is going to be moving up from the defense to take this corner kick if he can get up there with any kind of speed at all. He doesn't look very excited for some reason.
He's running on the ball.
I don't think he's been told to do that either. I think he just kind of, maybe the varsity jitters, first time under the...
Trying to look cool here.
Yeah, he is. He is. He's another up-and-comer. Really good defender. He can actually play net, too. He's a good goalkeeper. And Dorn, which gets a nice cross off. And Cole Chazy just misses it, and Dorn gets back after it and gets another nice cross. And Pelon trying to get that from Mark Wicca. Mark Wicca's got rid of it, luckily. Goes wide, out of bounds. Going to be another Chazy throw-in with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in first half action. Chazy up 5-0. And, well, you know what? Might as well take this time. We can appeal for some donations. As my partner, Joey Trombley, who is in beautiful Anaheim, California now, basking in the sun, I'm sure, in warm weather. But he's out at a convention out there for realtors. He goes every year. And say hi to Joey, but we'll appeal for some donations to save these hometown memories off from Hometown Cable. And you can send donations to 1477 Ridge Road, Champlain, New York, 12919. Or you can go online to Plattsburgh.com. It'll take you to Hometown Cable, or you can go to HometownCableNetwork.com, Calvin. And you can go by credit card, PayPal. Any donation will be accepted. Calvin Castine has been doing this for 28 years, and he has approximately 12,000 programs that he has done over the years, and he's done a great job. There's a lot of great programs that he has done, and Poitras is going to get called for the push in the middle.
6,800 up online, right?
6,800 online, and you know, people, you know, Calvin just mentioned he's going to be bringing up the 1987 era with Chazy, and I think they used to wear tight shorts back then, Calvin. So short shorts. And we're going to see Coach McCullough's legs.
Yeah. All you see is it from the knees down.
Yeah, but it's good. I kind of prefer it like this now.
Yeah.
They don't look like disco boys anymore. I think they're probably more comfortable too.
They're not below the knees.
Yes, I agree. And Justin Brothers on the far side for Chazy, trying to get a good service inside. And Chazy trying to get a foot on it, and Chazy's still trying to get a foot on it with Pelon. And the double team from Chazy didn't work. The ball goes off the end line. And Chazy looks like they're going to be taking this in here with 10 seconds left in the first half at the George Brendler Field, and Chazy up 5-0. And we will be back with second half action in a moment. Hey, we're back to quarterfinal action with the Chazy Eagles versus the Westport Eagles. Chazy is in the white, Westport is in the blue. And Chazy is up 5-0. Here they took about 10 minutes to get on the board, and then they came fast and furious. Josh Berry with a couple of goals, Jordan Berry with a couple of assists. Reynolds in on the action, Nolan Rogers in on the action. And I'm sure I missed somebody, but please bear with me. Hayden Gay had an assist. Like I said, they came fast and furious for Chazy, and Mark Wicca was a busy man in the nets for Westport in that first half. I do not know if Westport, they were not awarded a shot at all in that first half. They were outshot 14-0, and Chazy had four corner kicks compared to Westport 0. So the score is indicative of this game.
Santor touched the ball once around the 18-yard line.
He did, yes, he did. He called off Dylan Doran for that ball. And everybody says, well, Chazy's running up the score. Well, you got to sharpen your players. You're in the playoffs now, and you're going to be facing some much tougher competition here in the next round, especially if Chazy can get by, which more than likely will be their opponent, Elizabethtown, who has to get by Wells this afternoon. Like I said, I do not have any scores on that game. But you gotta sharpen your players up. They have not had any action really per se in the last 3 games, with these reserves playing half to 2/3 of those games. And you can tell by the different people who are scoring if you look in the paper and the scoreboard. And so Chazy Coach McCullough he's got to sharpen up his players, get them playing together, get them finishing, getting them in tune. And you can't fault them for that, because Chazy is looking for another state championship. They have 5.
First of all, looking for...
Yeah. Well, Calvin, they're looking for a state championship. That is what they're looking for. That's what they're playing for it every year. And
the Yankees play for the...
Then they do.
Championship.
Then they do. And Chazy's been more successful than the Yankees lately.
The Yankees have won more games than that.
And more, yes, they have. And a ball inadvertently goes out on the field. And
They'll throw an extra ball on the field.
let's see which one are we going to do. They're going to have a drop ball here. Steve Stahl, the official this evening, on the near side, and the venerable, handsome Barry Norton on the far side. Rogers for the Eagles. And he will let him have it. Coach McCullough. Oh, and Josh Berry went down after a collision here in the middle of the field. With 19 King, and that was an inadvertent collision. Both of them looking at the ball and just kind of ran into each other.
That's the thing you worry about. Like last night at Northeastern, 7-0 against El Sable Valley, and tonight Chazy having a way with Westport. You just hope you come out of it without an injury.
That's true. Yeah, that's the double-edged sword. You want to sharpen up your players, but you don't want injuries. You can't have it all the time, and that's the nature of the beast with sports. And Coach McCullough did, and I would too. I would choose to keep my boys in there for a while, let them get some more services. Let's see what they can do with it. But in the psychological aspect, it's hard to get up when you're up 5-0. It's hard to keep that edge. And let's face it, they're young men, but they're kids, and they're high school kids, and it's hard when you have a 5-0 lead and to stay up. And on the other side, it's hard to keep up when you're getting pounded 5-0.
Nelson across the goal, right?
Anyway.
No, you're
Okay. Josh Berry, the scorer of the first 2 goals for Chazy. Oh yeah, Hunter Dominy got that another beautiful goal to make it 3-0. He got in on the action. Beautiful goal. Pelton got one bounced off from a cold ball off his face, and that will sting.
Ball's a little less forgiving on these chilly nights.
Yes, it is. And Craig Botten for the Eagles coming on the near side.
26.
With a throw in with a muddy ball. Goes back to Mr. Cool, Nathan Reynolds. Nathan will go wide. Over to Hayden Gay. And Nelson Pelton begging off the field for a vision problem after getting smacked. Probably got a little bit of dirt in his eye.
Let's hope that's all it is.
Let's hope, yes.
Go down on the ground then. I can't do anything about it now. Sir! Sir!
And Coach McCullough looking for getting an injury timeout here with 34-18 left in second half action. We'll be back in a moment. And a corner kick for the Eagles. And, a nice save by the defense of Westport. And Reba trying to get something going, and Lauren will save him on that far side. Service back in from Barrier, and goes wide, and Westport's going to be getting a goal kick.
Big day tomorrow, Joe. The chickens arrive for the Latrimore Chicken Farm.
Latrimores have a chicken farm now.
Oh, yeah.
And what variety of birds do they look? Free-roaming chickens.
Free-roaming chickens, yeah.
Now, is that a new subspecies that I have never heard about?
I
Or?
don't know if they're Rhode Island Red or
Oh, okay. That's what I was wondering. I didn't know the species. Okay.
Free or whatever they're called.
Free-roaming chickens.
Yeah.
They're going to be in getting into the chicken business, egg business, or what is this?
Eggs, yeah.
Eggs, chickens, and all the above. Now, how many chickens are they obtaining?
I forget how many thousands. I think there's 20,000 coming in tomorrow or something like that.
20,000 chickens.
Two huge barns up on the McBride Road.
These are built fresh or new built barns.
Yeah. Gordy and I will be doing a story on it
Wow.
probably next week or the week after.
Now, have you ever been in? You've been into Giroux before, because I've seen that also. So you do know the smell factor that does come with chickens.
I live next door to
Oh, you do now.
1,000 chickens.
That is right too. Now that you are right there, so you are familiar with the fragrance and aroma that does waft in your direction on a windy day.
Mainly the calm days, because they're northeast of me just by a little bit, so I don't get a lot of northeast.
So it's strategically located. That's nice then. I was fortunate enough when I was a young man to work at Giroux all through school. They provide a lot of young people with jobs. Giroux do a lot for the community, and Latrimores are getting in on the business now themselves. Huh?
Yep.
Well, it must be decent then. If they're going to get into it, diversifying from insurance to
Next generation needs some
chickens.
place to work.
Sure.
It's for the next generation to.
Why not?
But Glenn is not involved.
No.
So he will not be called Colonel Sanders.
And who will be called Colonel Sanders? Curtis or Chris or both?
I don't know.
Who will you be speaking with? Who are you going to meet?
Oh,
that was a nice service by Lauren. Both of them will be showing up.
Yeah. And maybe, I don't know who else from the family might be there. But so I might go. They're supposed to arrive at 8 o'clock in the morning. I might go and just take some video of the arrival.
Well, neat.
And,
They've been longtime supporters of Hometown Cable, so. And I'm going to ask you a favor. If you could take a shower before you come here, Calvin, I would appreciate it. Oh, right there's a beautiful goal by Reynolds, making it 6-0 with 31:09 left in the second half. Chazy up 6-0. And a beautiful goal by Reynolds, rammed that one in the back of the net. And Jordan Berry, the senior, I believe that's his third assist of the evening. And we'll be back in a moment, getting back, maybe talking some more chicken. All right, we're back with action, and instead of chickens, we have some eagles out here. Two sets of eagles, Westport Eagles and the Chazy Eagles. Chazy Eagles are dominating this game, 6-0 lead so far. Nice goal by Reynolds from Barrier. And Hunter Dominy, here's a beautiful feed, started right in the middle. That was from the defense, right off from the kickoff. Westport lost the kickoff, and Chazy doing some good work with Jordan Barrier, and he will not be awarded an assist, but if you go back, you can backtrack, you can see he was involved in that, feeding it up to Dominy and to Lauren, and just a blast by Lauren, making it a 7-0 with 30 minutes and 46 seconds left in the second half. Yes, they are. This game is just like Groundhog Day. If anybody's seen that movie Groundhog Day, compared to last week with the Chazy.
Except it's not wet.
No, it's not. And it's cooler, but it's a nice night for us. We're warm and dry, so
Well, I wouldn't say warm,
we're not bad.
comfortable.
We're not bad.
No.
No mosquitoes, like you mentioned. The Chazy's.
And it could be worse tomorrow night. It's supposed to be possible snow flurries and
Ooh.
stuff like that. So,
Oh, good work by Barrier. Getting that ball back for possession of Chazy. Barrier being harassed by 19 King, and he got rid of it over to Reynolds, who scored a goal just previous to that beautiful blast by Brandon Lauren. That was Brandon Lauren's second goal of the evening. Nice little pass by Hunter Dominy. Like I said, Chazy's looking good, but they were expected to win this game, and they've done all the expectations, and a good move by Dominy to let that ball go through, and Dominy trying a little fancy footwork, and he's trying to slip it up to Lauren again, and he probably could have given chase to that himself and chase after. Dominy with a shot, and he will, oh my, that will be a goal. Dominy with some good work. That was some good work by Dominy. It's a good thing he got rewarded on that. So Dominy might have got an assist from Lauren. We're not sure how it's going to be scored in the scorebooks, but Dominy in on his third goal. He's scoring a second one, and that was another beautiful goal with 29 minutes and 7 seconds left in the second half. Nolan Rogers getting the assist on that. Getting involved in another goal, Rogers. The junior, sometimes commentator's son, Sean Rogers, is his father. So Sean was supposed to be up here tonight, and he begged out. He claimed he had work to do till whatever time. So Calvin, I think
he's probably over there eating Mickey fries
yes,
and laughing at us.
And we're going to have to...
Hot chocolate and eating Mickey fries.
He's going to have to double his donation to Hometown Cable.
That'll be easy.
Yeah, I will remind him of that also, and I'm sure he will watch this. Sean, you're getting slammed left and right. And Nolan here with a good move. Trying to service it in, and goes off the back of Sayward. Oh, nice shot by Rogers. You got to like that one. And that makes it 9-0. Chazy, they're getting their goals fast and furious here in the last few minutes. Letting loose and substitutions going in for the Eagles. Josh Pete, 3, and number 2, Drake going in. As well as Cole Chazy, number 19, and Josh Barrier and Jordan Barrier. 2 center midfielders giving Coach McCullough a good game. Brandon Lauren giving Coach McCullough another beautiful game, even with that fancy haircut he has. So Chazy dominating here, 9-0 with Calvin. We're going to call on 28-20 left here in the second half. And Dominic being called for a push, but in the state playoffs they wouldn't call that. That is true. They would not call that, and they don't call a lot worse than that in a lot of the officiating.
There aren't a lot of 9-0 games.
No, that is a fact. Ooh, Dominic trying to go in and get another one. In Groundhog Day, all over again. Drake doing some good work.
People are watching
King.
this thing. I've already seen this game.
Yes, they pretty much have a repeat performance by the Eagles versus the Eagles, and Josh Pete looking for Chazy, kicked out by the defense of Westport, and Hayden Gay retaining possession for the Eagles. Hayden Gay with some space, goes off a player of Westport, and Dominic on top of the box. And Botten on the near side goes out to the middle. We haven't really talked a lot about Reba. He hasn't had a lot of action this afternoon. Mike Reba, the sweeper for Chazy.
He's a sleeper tonight.
He is. They really haven't needed his services, and Alex Sweet on the far side loses possession, but Chazy gets the ball back. Wholesale subs going. All right, back to action. Both teams just changed everybody, so except for a few players. Yeah, it's nice to see Pelton back in the game. He had a injury. He was taken off, and Pelton would probably like to get on the board. He's had a dry spell here this game, but not due to lack of effort and hard work. The ball bounced off his face, and he was out for several minutes. And Dylan Dorn on the far side, a new entry from the JV team. .20 left, and I think this is going to feel like a whole lot more if you're a Westport Eagle. It just would seem like that, or a cold fan over there, or a cold cameraman.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a cameraman I feel sorry for.
Well, maybe for the one on my left. I did feel sorry for you a few weeks ago in the mosquito game.
Yeah.
That was vicious.
Yeah, I watched the video of that after. I see these great big things all over the lens, and they weren't really that big, but they sure looked big when they were walking all over the lens.
Oh, Dylan Dorn getting a shot away. And Westport still has not recorded a shot on net yet, Calvin. Kind of unusual. And Alec Lapeer, this is what he's going to be doing. His older brother, Andrew Lapeer, same kind of physique. Tall, strong, he'll be a good player. And Giroux gets away with a push out there. He thinks he's playing hockey for the Bruins. And the Bruins did get beat last night, Brett, because I know you're watching this game, 2-1 by the Canadians. Sorry to say that, but not really. As everybody knows, Brett is a major Boston Bruin fan. Would have been nice for him to bring down a camera, because they went down to the, Craig and Brett went down to the, they have a parade for the Stanley Cup.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they could have posted that on Hometown Cable.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been kind of neat, have some hometown presence, but
Yeah. Definitely.
because since the Bruins, they don't win it very often, they probably should have filmed it. Would have been interesting to see. And Pelton delivers a service inside, and it
Maybe
goes.
next time they win, Brett can go with his grandchildren and record it.
Or great grandchildren. All right, who else are we going to get after this afternoon, Calvin? Because this is what we do. We have 9-0 games.
Just so you don't bring up what day it is.
Yeah, I'm not allowed to. If anybody wants to find out what day it is, give me a call tomorrow. On
So it's a national day.
it's one of my favorites, actually. Of course, it's not Halloween. But if anybody goes, and you can look it up on the internet and find out what the national holiday is today. Wow. 22 minutes and 35 seconds left here in second half action. And Alec Lapeer goes wide on the near side to Drake. Derek Drake. Puts on some nice moves. Drake getting it inside. And, oh my. Could have been another great chance for Chazy, and cleared out by the defense of Westport. Westport trying to get a little something going against these reserves of Chazy. And Coach Davis for Westport put in his reserves too. So we got reserves playing reserves, it looks like. Except for Mark Wicca and Santor. And I guess Pelton is not a reserve, but he is playing in a different position. He's playing in the sweeper position. Coach McCullough trying him back there. That's a nice little bob from Giroux to Lapeer. Lapeer with a nice, clever move to Chazy. Chazy doing the right thing, but just with a little too much weight. And it goes off the end line, and will be a goal kick for Westport. And number 25 for Westport checking back into the game, Ryan Davis.
I can handle it.
How much time is left?
Oh, how much time is left? Okay, 21:10 left in the second half. Chazy with a commanding 9-0 lead, and they will more than likely advance to the next round, and familiar foes will more than likely, I should say, be Elizabethtown, but they are going to have to get by Wells this afternoon. They got to be heavily favored playing Elizabethtown. Hillsborough, the champions of Division II, and they get the first round bye. And I think everybody's trying to get Richard Pilon his first goal again. They start to push it up. Chazy moving the ball well around these reserves. Good passing. And this is what they're going to do. Just get comfortable, and Giroux in that stopper position. Getting up to the middle. Chazy, nice little control move, trying to get up to Pilon, and it will be a corner kick again for Chazy with 20 minutes left, Calvin, and it's going to feel like probably 2 hours here if you're a Westport player.
Or cameraman.
Well, okay.
No wind though, the flag is just laying there. It's hanging.
We do need to get here, Calvin, maybe a
Come on,
heater.
Richard.
Do we have electricity here in this booth?
We can get a propane heater. That would work. I do have one.
Salamander?
Oh, it's just a little propane heater. Okay, just keep it's noisy though. That's the whole thing. It is noisy. Of course, Joey Trombley is noisy, and we let him up here.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
He's got a lot of hot air too.
oh, much of it, much. And if everybody knows, Joey Trombley is the normal play-by-play man, and we have to give him a few shots too. We've given everybody else a few shots. Might as well throw Joey in there.
He's the normal one. We have the abnormal
If you call him normal, it's
one. We have the abnormal one.
there's different parameters on normalcy that are.
He's the usual.
Yeah, okay, we'll call him usual. He has not been up here in a while, though, has he? Well, this year, Mara, his daughter Mara, he's been to.
Yeah.
He goes and sees her game, so. And he is in Anaheim right now. And Joey, if you're watching this tomorrow on computer, because more than likely Calvin does get these up pretty quick. It'll be on TV in probably about 2 weeks, but it will be on
Get in, Richard.
streaming tomorrow.
And you may not watch this far into the game.
No. I can tell him, though. Everybody likes to hear their name mentioned.
But I have been getting nice reports from people who've seen his Talking Business show. And
That Talking Business show, that's a good one. That's a dandy. Nice program.
he does a nice job.
Yes, he does a nice job. Oh, wow. Rather nonchalantly. And if Pilon was going to get a goal, that might have been no, they are going to call it out of bounds. Then out came back in.
Yep.
Good work by Drake, stepping up for that. Drake with a shot from distance. And Mark Wicker with another save. That is 22 shots, actually 23 shots now for Chazy, compared to 0 for Westport. Westport trying to get something in 15. Gay with the ball.
Go, Jay.
Not a lot of help. And it goes off
Stay
his
on,
foot.
Jonathan, stay on. Hey,
And-
forward. Into the area, go here. Josh, come on, go. Pass.
Coach McCullough's still coaching. That's what you got to do. He's not going to let these boys slack off. I can't blame him a bit. Get him in the game. Ah. Smart play by Brothers. Drew finding Poitras. Poitras trying to go wide. Doesn't. Poitras still kicked the ball up and just kicked downtown. In the Chazy zone, and goes to Dylan Doran for Chazy. Doran coming over to Pelton on the sweeper position. Pelton having a little fun back there. Normally he is a outside midfielder or a striker and has good speed and good foot skills. One of the high scorers in the region. That was a good head right there, actually. Nice pass by Lapeer. Lapeer doing a good job here in the defense. His brother's old spot, that right fullback, Andrew Lapeer. It does go wide off for the Drake. Ooh. Chazy doing some good communicating.
Get on two. Get on two. Get on two.
Drew with some space. A lot of space, actually.
Get on three.
Drew still with the ball, trying to find Chazy. Chazy coming to Poitras. Poitras trying to put on a little move into the middle, trying to find Pilon, and there's some smacking of the feet. And Poitras lets go with a shot. Nothing doing. Chazy doing some decent work. Started out from the defense. Santor up to Drew. Drew taking the ball with some space and feeding it up. A no goal for the effort. And Justin Brothers on the far side. Coming in. Looking for Pete. Intercepted by defensive Westport. Drew that's a good ball. And another good ball. Drew's probably going to take a shot from here. Why not? Oh, Pilon, here's a chance for Richard. Oh my, Richard Pilon almost with his first varsity goal. Decent save by Mark Wicca. Good work by Chazy.
Mark Wicca knows from the last game, but they're trying to get Pilon to score.
So he's just marking Pilon, right?
Yeah, so he'll help out, let him score, and they take the pressure off.
Well, I don't think he sees it that way. That's weird. Okay, hey.
I thought you were going to do the whole game.
Yeah, let's go on. Too excitement?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Too much excitement for you?
On a tape.
All right.
My producer gives me enough tape. He's saying.
"13 minutes and 5 seconds left in second half action. First round playoff at the George Brendler Field. Chazy up 9-0, and it gets pretty boring, Calvin, at this part. Let's just call it like it is. It's pretty boring. It's just the way it is.
Except for the Pilon.
Oh, here comes Richard. Richard. Oh! And Richard just cannot buy a goal. And,
Maybe he could buy one.
well, he maybe slipped the kid $10 or so. Why not? Richard is not for lack of trying. He almost had his first varsity goal. And a playoff goal, it would be at that. Pelham with a nice service in there. Pilon again. And that does go in, and who will get that? Nobody knows because nobody cares.
Or they could blow it dead.
Yeah, they might have blown it dead. Offsides, pushing, yeah. No, they are going to give Chazy a goal. They're going to make it 10-0. We're going to find out who made it double figures here in a second. Richard?
No.
All right. All right. That's going to be an own goal, but Justin Brothers will be awarded that. Justin Brothers getting a playoff goal. That's his second one of the season. And Poitras with a good pass, and nobody really wants it. Richard, do you want to get that goal or not? Let's go. You've had a couple of good chances. Bull your way through there, son. Let's go. As Pilon will get the assist on the goal by Justin. And fairly, Coach McCullough does give it to Justin Brothers. And a nice service by Lapeer. And Drew comes up with that one. And Doran getting the ball up to Poitras, so he's able to turn. All right, hey, have a good day. Good luck. And 3 Chazy players are around it. They're playing who wants the ball. And Chazy, he is offsides. Yes, he is. That is one of the first offsides Chazy has been called for this evening. Well, Richard does have to know where he is. 10 minutes and 10:50 left. Second half, Chazy up 10-0. Groundhog Day. Same as last Friday. The reserves have not played as much this game, but they have had a lot of minutes. I mean, he probably has had it in there for probably close to 25 to 30 minutes of this game, so can't say there. Chazy's been accused of running up the scores before, but if you look at the games, you can't tell these reserves don't score and don't play hard, because they want to. Pelton with a beautiful service. I mean, Westport would cheer just for a shot on goal now, Calvin.
Well, Santor probably wants one too, so he gets a legitimate shot.
I asked Austin if he was getting a little chilled in that first half, and he was looking for a cup of hot chocolate, but none was forthcoming. And I got to give him a little sympathy, Calvin. At least you can, move around.
Well, he can too.
Well, not really. He's got to stay focused. You and I can just sit up here and nonchalantly.
Come on.
Shoot the breeze.
Don't take it. Push up, Jack.
And Westport.
Jack.
This is the second time they've had the ball in the Chazy end, or maybe the fourth time this half. Not with any emphasis, I must say. See how they defend. It's a low kick. Defended well by Chazy and kicked out. With 8 minutes and 57 seconds left. Chazy up 10-0. At the George Brendler Field, and Pilon doing a good job of attacking that ball, and goes off the foot of Pilon, and the throw-in for Westport. So there's 3 games here Tuesday. You'll be doing the Chazy game, more than likely the Northeastern game.
I think the Northeastern game is last.
And the middle one will be and Peru boys who advanced.
I'll decide that day whether I'm going to do it or not.
Yeah. Let me tell you what, if people who are watching this, and I know there are people from out of this quote-unquote viewing area who do watch these programs, and not just from Northern Adirondack, Chazy, and Northeastern, and Beatmantown. There, other schools do watch. If you people did support, I'm sure Calvin would be more effective. He definitely would be doing a lot more of your sporting events and your programs. So if people did support Hometown Cable, he would not be just quote unquote a northern tier kind of guy, but he's going to go where the people who do pay his bills and support him, and you can't blame him. That's how it works. We haven't asked for any donations this half. We're going to solicit to just try to get some donations for anybody. Owen Poitras trying to get Pilon that first goal unselfishly. But these hometown memories, these kids are going to look back when they're my age, and they're going to be glad they do have them.
I got an email this week from a fellow graduating from Wells who heard about the website and looking for a copy of the playoff game from 2002. And,
Good. Nice move by Drake. Drake is proficient with both feet too. That's what I've noticed about him. And Cole Chazy trying to get one going, and Richard Pilon trying to get one going, and nobody gets it going. There's 6 minutes and 20 seconds left. And we're back to action. Nelson Pelton, Chazy's corner kick specialist. I guess when Jordan Barrier's not there, and he gets a good one off. And Drew getting ahead on it. A whole bunch of people inside that box, and Westport pulling a goal line defense, if you want to call it that. Chazy should spread him out a little bit. Wise play by Drew. Get him spread out a little bit more, and goes to Pelton. Good ball. Pelton tried to go right up the middle to Poitras, but it was in traffic, and Drew does end up with the ball for Chazy. Trying to go long with Drake. Drake's going to have to get on his horse to get that. And defended by Westport. Good hustle by Pilon. Pilon shows he is hungry for a goal. He's not just standing there within in that 6-yard line. He's all over the place. So just standing there being a cherry picker is not his forte. It's kind of good, but they're trying to get you to score, Richard. Everybody wants to see you get one.
Except Mark Wicca.
Yeah, Mark Wicca, maybe he would too, you know? I mean, why not? He seems like a nice guy. He's allowed in 10 goals.
He's not covered in mud.
Yeah, and he is not this evening. Nice move by Lapeer up to Poitras. Poitras has a lot of space here. Poitras still has space. Poitras still has space. Moving in, and he is tripped inside the box. And that probably will be a... We're going to see what Billy Norton calls on this. Oh, that's they will not call a PK with this. Barry is going to call that outside the box.
Hey, Nelson! Richard, ask for 10 though.
And we have an interesting setup. Richard Pilon is going to be taking this direct kick right there in the box. Let's see what Pilon can do if he can pick out a corner. And he doesn't. But he may get the assist on that.
Richard, why'd you hair like that?
All right, and David Poitras being awarded that last goal, pouncing off that rebound, and Richard Pilon getting his second assist of the game. So, let's 2 assists equal 1 goal, Calvin. Is that how the points go? So, he's got points. And Poitras getting a playoff goal, making it 11-0 with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left in the second half. And the Chazy faithful, or what's left of them, they're cheering that last one enthusiastically. And Poitras looking for more, being challenged, and he's no call. Oh, Pilon. Pilon does have some pretty good moves down there, though. I can't say he doesn't. He's a scrapper. Still trying to get him the ball, but he's being defended heavily. Good work by Chazy. Drew coming over to the near side of Drake. Drake wisely pulls it back, going back to Alec Lapeer. The reincarnation of Andrew Lapeer, same spot. Right defender. Go wide and show. Good. And Pelton, unfamiliar position, makes an unfamiliar play. The pass, it goes right to Westport, but Chazy got away with it. Calvin, we're at the 2-minute and 9-second mark. And this is the way it's going to end up, it looks like. Unless Chazy does pounce on another one. Good hustle here by Drake. Oh, my. That was going to Pilon, and Josh Pete kind of cut him off, trying to bury one, and he swung and missed. We have Game 7 tonight of the World Series, Calvin. Any favorite? Oh, he's offsides again. Yes, he is. Barry Norton right there. Now, what did you say?
Almost root for the American League.
There's some biased reasons we do that?
Well, I'm a Yankee fan. Yankees league to win.
But isn't St. Louis closer to Chazy and Northeastern and Northern Adirondack than Texas?
It might be.
Might be. We need to go back to geography school, I think. But that's your call.
It depends which way you're traveling. If you
No, I say
head east, if you go east. If you head west, yeah. If you go east, Texas is closer.
What are you talking about? my. Okay, Calvin. That's we'll give you that one, whatever it was.
If you go around the world and come back this way, you'll get to Texas first.
Okay. Oh! Richard Pilon with another shot on goal. Mark Wickham making a decent save with under 30 seconds left, and Chazy pulling out an 11, maybe a 12-0 if they can get another run here. But at least an 11-0 victory over the Westport Eagles in first-round action at the George Brendler Field. Today is October 28, 2011, and looks like it's going to end this way. My name is Joe Poissant, calling a long and boring game with Calvin Castine on the camera. He's been calling a cold game. And we're here at the George Brendler Field, and as Calvin always says at the end of most broadcasts, that's the way it was in beautiful